So I'm Sabrina,
Yep.
Sabrina, and I've been in the world of recruitment or HR umbrella because it's all they all essentially complement each other. I've been doing it for it's got to be over 8 years now, for quite some time. Um, yeah, in the space of anything from retail, quite recently, a IT or tech consultancy company, and I've focused on UK and global hires as well as retention. So supporting employees that are already in the workplace and supporting their careers or any worries that they have and their journey, and taking care of female communities as well as learning and development as well.
Okay. So is that connected to your new career that will be coaching, or is that so what's your niche for coaching?
Yeah, so a funny one with that, I do want to take the experience that I've had from recruitment, and also my background as a makeup artist. And what I essentially want to do is support women who feel like they've sort of lost their spark. They're trying to, I wouldn't even say find their confidence, they're trying to unlock the path of them to be fully confident and really connect to the self-image side. And I call it mindset makeover because it's on the internal and the external side of things. And I just feel that it's really important for us to show up in our version of beautiful and our version of confidence. I really don't think one glove suits all. And especially in recruitment, no matter what angle I've seen it as, women are always doing the same patterns, which is not being able to boast about themselves, not being able to step in the limelight, shying away from things, feeling a bit sort of loss of confidence when they want to get that pay rise, get that promotion, and even the way how they'll look and feel. You'll probably waste around, I'd love to get the statistics, but I'm assuming minimum 30% of your life complaining about the woman staring back in the mirror. And I just think that that is so bizarre because we follow all the trends and social media and stuff, and we just need to strip it back and focus on who we are, how we want to look, how we want to represent ourselves, and change those limiting beliefs.
Yeah, and then you get old and then you realize actually you had it quite good.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, I remember being not being able to actually go and being unhappy with my salary and then just not having the guts to go and ask for more. Yeah,
Yeah, and
and
it's even
I
when
was
it's even
like
about
properly kind of, cross about it.
yeah, and it's even when I'll speak to women on the phone during interviews, and we'll get to the salary part, and I feel like they think it's a trap. Like, oh no, I want to know the range, which is absolutely fine. But so many women will undervalue themselves by minimum 5,000, absolute minimum. I've had women undervalue themselves by 10, 15,000. And even if they don't get the role, I will use that time to coach them and say, this is what the market looks like. This is what your peers or your competition is going for, and this is what the typical budget would look like for your role. So have you really worked a 10-15 year career not to ask for your worth? And do you really just want to work for another company for substandard sort of salary when you really want that extra 5, 10, 15, 20,000 pounds? And so I always like to coach them with that. And I've been quite fortunate. I've been quite brazen myself in I'm very comfortable talking about money because I go by the thought of the worst thing they can say is no. And
Yeah.
I'd rather ask than not, even if I feel a bit like, oh God, I can't believe I've just said that. I'd rather ask than not,
Yes, and
and then
then
play
what
the
if they said
negotiation.
yes? But what if, this happened? The best is always
Exactly.
people who always look down to the worst, don't they, rather than looking for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, so have you been coaching that already, like prior to doing the coaching masters or
So in my so when I did have the business in 2020, because as you know, I'm rebuilding it up now.
right?
Now I'm more settled in my personal life. But previously, when I had the coaching business, it would be focused on confidence and just how they stand. I was predominantly coaching women with their own businesses or looking to launch their business, and it's very much how you see yourself now. You're thinking about the money and the clients and all that, but why would people buy into you? Do you believe yourself what you're selling? Can you back yourself up? And even if you made no money, would you still feel confident and happy being in that space and growing what you want to grow? So that's the sort of things we'd focus on. And then when going back into the 9 to 5 world, taking care of the women in tech community in previous companies, it very much was focused on you know, you can negotiate so many things in your workplace. It is not always salary. And how do you unlock that? How do you build your credibility before your performance reviews? So tracking what you've done, your job description versus the extracurricular that you've done versus the extra mile that you've gone, but also having your boundaries. Don't always accept all the work to look like the shining star. You're going to burn out. So it's very much just take on what feels good to you, and you will get what you need in your career and business. Yeah.
So I think the hybrid kind of working is quite good now these days. There's not so much burnout, I shouldn't think.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that
you'd
helps
like
a
to think
lot.
so, but then I think employers take advantage because you're working from home. So it's a bit more. I'm finding that people are actually working a lot more hours, taking less lunch breaks, feeling that panic walking away from their desk because of that hybrid working. And especially if you're a mum or a carer, you've got more around you, so it's a lot more sounds. Even though you have that flexibility, you'll have the guilt from both angles. And I think it's just we've been thrown into this hybrid working and not had the talk of boundaries from the employers or from your business mentor on, okay, it's a new world, how do we still build boundaries on this to make you more productive?
Mhm. But also the overheads as well. They haven't got the overheads of those expensive
Yeah.
offices, and it's hot desking, I should think, probably, rather than
Yes.
having your actual own desk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So from recruitment, you're now doing a recruitment job from home 3 days a week, aren't you?
No, I'm full
And it's
time.
full time,
Yeah.
but from
Yeah, yeah,
home.
I'd like to go down a day, but right now it's full time.
Yeah. And then you'll move into coaching and kind of ease that in.
Yes, exactly. So any free time that I have, as we spoke before, it's just about me really prioritizing the times that I do have before work, lunch times, after work, taking even an extra half hour or hour out my day to really own in on that. And also utilize the women in tech community as well, because everything that I'll train on the outside of coaching or mentoring or courses, I can support
Mhm.
them there as well. And yeah, so it's just getting used to this new world, but it's exciting. It's something that keeps me going.
Yeah. So you're thinking of getting your clients through networking and through doing events, I think you said before, didn't you?
Um,
Having like gatherings or
Yes.
mail.
So the bigger picture would be to hold events,
Mhm.
but really like intimate. So whether it's dinners and then there's a subject that we focus on, whether it's through courses or workshops, public speaking or collaborating with others or podcasts. And yeah, it's just really getting that message out there. And what I want to utilize is, as you know, I'm doing the London Marathon and I'm doing it on behalf of Refuge.
Yeah, that's
So
amazing.
thank you. So the first wave of course that I'm already planning, all of that money will go to Refuge. And I think that way it's helping more than just one group. And this also helps me build the confidence back up, help me build the course, and knowing that the money's going somewhere positive just makes it add that little bow on top. So yeah, it's just getting back into that action.
Yeah. I've been trying to get into London Marathon a few years now. I keep applying. I keep saying no.
You could
But
do
I
the
think if
charity
you
route like I
if you go
did.
through a charity, it's probably easy to get in rather than individual, isn't it?
Definitely wouldn't say easier because they have thousands of applications. I was shocked
Yeah.
I even got through, to be very honest. But they'll pick people that the story really connect. They want genuine people. So I think everyone has a charity that really connects to them. Refuge heavily connects to me with people that are really close to me. So I think once they heard my story, they were like, and they understood that I knew this wasn't going to be easy. This is going to be an absolute mindset. It's not so much the running. The running's the easy part. It's all up here and knowing like, can you run for 3 hours on training day when it's raining and still be able to push through because you're about to do a 5 to 6 hour run in
Yeah,
the
mine
next
was
5 months.
5 hours. I did the
Yeah.
Brighton Marathon because I didn't get into London Marathon. I did the Brighton Marathon about 10
Yeah.
years ago, 2016. And yeah, so I kind of did the first half and went quite fast, and then kind of it got harder. And there's this long road in Brighton, and it kind of goes on forever, and you go all the way up there, and then you have to turn around and go all the way back, and
Oh.
then through an industrial estate. and my music went off, and I had to like stop to do the music, and then my legs froze, and I was like, I
Oh
can't move.
no.
Then it was really painful after that. It's that
Yeah.
last bit. It's
Yeah, they
just,
always say
I
the
just
last
don't
10
stop.
kilometers, it's like a wall for everyone.
Yeah, I think the London one's better though, isn't it? Because you've got
Oh,
Tower Bridge,
yeah.
that's halfway. So
Yeah,
you've
because
got
I
all
did
these
Cardiff.
landmarks, so you kind of know where you're going and how far it's going to be, and you'll know the course better. Whereas in
Yeah.
Brighton, it was just like long roads and then an industrial estate, and then it was along along the water
Oh,
back to the finish line.
oh
So it
wow.
was a bit of, yeah, the first bit was quite hilly, and that was, yeah, oh my God, a long time ago. So April, so are you training for that already?
Yes. Yes, I've already done the Cardiff half. And then I'm now going for the super medals. So I'll be in Prague a month before the marathon, trying to get into Verona next year, but I've got to wait for a dropout to
Ooh.
happen. And I've booked in for a 20-mile race, but not for a race, it's just for that training because 20 miles around here, I wouldn't really know where to go because as soon as you run somewhere, you hit a dual carriageway.
Yeah, whereabouts are
So
you?
in Milton Keynes.
Oh, right, nice.
Yeah. And yeah, so the training is going well. I just need to push a bit harder now. And
Yeah,
even with the freezing cold temperatures, even if it's in the gym on the treadmill, I just need to get running more.
Prague will be good. I went
Yeah.
there last year. Was it the year before? Yeah, it's lovely. So is that all
Yeah.
around the city? A half marathon, is it?
That's a half, yeah.
Nice. My husband's actually just got his Czech passport the other day because his grandmother was Czech.
Okay.
So that's come through and he's now got a Czech passport. So we've got to go again.
Oh, I love
We
that.
have to go. So what else have you got planned? You've got you've got the Prague half marathon. Any other ones? UK
Um,
based. I did
UK base is the
Reading.
20 miles, and
Oh, yeah.
that's
That'll
just a
be
Milton
enough.
Keynes one.
Yeah.
That's just for training though, because I need to, it falls on the week that I need to do a 20-mile run. So it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And
Well, then you get a week break.
yeah, you get the taper week. And then after the marathon, no, I'm trying to get into Verona. Ballot's already done, but there might be some dropouts,
Oh,
but
right.
nothing more in the UK. I think
Okay.
my main goal is like the super half medals.
Mhm.
Anything else in that in the UK, I think I'll be done with UK. Oh no, unless it's women's for International Women's Day, there is one
Oh, right.
running group that they always do something on that day. So I might just I think that's a small 10K, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
And then after that, 2027, hopefully will be the year of international travel for runs, like doing the fun ones, Disney princess runs, Vegas run, all of the fun ones.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I hadn't thought of this. So, yeah, there's a Boston one, isn't there? There's
Yeah.
in
Yeah, I
Germany.
won't be going for the big. I think after this the marathon, I will never do a marathon
Yeah.
again. I'm
Right.
very happy
Just the
doing
halves.
a heart. Yeah. What about yourself?
So, what did you write as your story when you've kind of got the place to London Marathon? You said they
Yeah,
liked
so
your
I
story.
I pretty much shared the story of my sister.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah, so she has been a victim of domestic violence on more than one occasion, which is really upsetting. And it pretty much was sharing the fact that domestic violence is a silent killer in the way of the the person who is doing it can try and look all shiny and new and like a knight in shining armor. And funny enough, me and my mum, we always knew that there was something wrong. I would call him out. I did not like him at all. And it's terrible seeing how it affects your loved ones and how much you try. If it's in their head, they won't do anything to escape, even if you physically hold them or grab them or anything like that.
But
So
she admitted to it, did she?
she saw his true
Yeah.
colors, but luckily, on her, well, I say luckily, it wasn't physical. It didn't turn physical. It was a lot more emotional abuse. But because my niece and nephew's in the picture as well, we kept a much closer eye on her, and she did go, and he did get a restraining order, but they don't do much. The police and the law do not do much unless
They
you
can't
physically
watch.
die.
No.
Like it's shocking how little the law will support women in that space. And she has had counselling, and she's reached out to charities like Refuge, and managed to get all the support. And now she's amazing and doing really well. But it's just the I want to break this stigma, and I don't want my niece to fall into any
So
patterns.
did Refuge kind of put up a safe place for her to go to get away
It
from
did.
him
She
or
didn't
something?
get
Or
to that position, which is good.
right.
So she already had her own home and everything like that, and
So
she had the
she just
support of
pushed him
us.
out.
Yeah, pushed him out, even though he was very relentless, and he got charged for many things of what he tried to do online and everything like that. And the things with these sort of, I call them predators, is they're all mouth with the person they live with. And when it comes up to someone like me and my mum that are quite um vocal, especially if we don't like something, if we're catching like bad attitudes or bad actions or anything like that, he wouldn't say anything. So everything was behind closed doors. And yeah, she got out of that relationship, which is very good. But yeah, it's a terrible situation. I know so many friends as well that have gone through it and gone to the police, and they've done nothing, and it's really sad.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, so how much are you going to raise for Refuge then?
So the goal is 2,500.
Right.
I've already got just over 500 now. It's quite standard that friends and family always end up giving more, like nearer the race. But I've
Yeah.
even said birthdays, Christmases, go and donate to the charity. I'd rather that than anything on my side of things. And then we've got the bake sale, which is good. And then
Yeah.
when I finish with the course or workshop, yet to figure out if it's going to be a whole thing or free parter, all that money will go to the charity. And I'll do that at a low cost as well, because I think it helps everyone out, and then the money goes there. And then spoke to the company and see what they can do. And I think they'll get back to me in January. Hopefully they'll match what I make. And then
Mhm.
of course I'm donating myself, because why would I not give money each month if I'm running for them? So
Yeah.
yeah, pretty good
But
avenues
you
at the
should get
moment.
there.
Yeah.
Plenty of time. So you could put a proportion of your coaching when you do your coaching schedule and say, I'm giving this much to Refuge or something like that as well.
Yes, yeah,
Or
it'll be
start.
very, very transparent to everyone who buys the workshop or course. They're pretty much saying thank you, and this is where their money's gone to, and this is how their money can, support the charity. Because I think it's important to raise awareness of
Hmm.
it as well.
Hmm. So would you recommend going into HR or recruitment? My husband was in it. He found it quite stressful.
Was he agency or in
Well,
house?
I mean, he worked in companies and agencies, and then he had his own business.
Uh,
And I mean, he had a lot of money, in IT and tech. So he for one placement, he'd get like 20 grand. So,
yeah,
and if it sometimes he'd do that a couple of times or a few times in a month, you know.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, so my
yeah, he
partner
did
works on the
quite
agency
well.
side as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And it's his
I'm
own
in
business, so
house.
you get all of it. Whereas if you
Yeah,
work for an agency, you just get a percentage, don't you?
yeah, exactly. I'm in house, so I get no commission, which I always complain
Right.
about, because I'm like, we pay an agency, why would you not pay me more money? And
Yeah.
would I recommend it? Yes, I would, but not. I wouldn't recommend it if people just find it easy. So the mistake I made was I wanted to get into this to transition out of retail.
Mhm.
So I worked in retail when I was younger, and then my transition was to work into a company that I absolutely adored as an account manager. It was like in the creative space. It was awesome, absolutely loved it, got made redundant. And then I fell into recruitment, which I think a lot of people do. I don't think a lot of people have, and sorry if there is people out there that have the goal that wants to
It's
be a
because you don't
recruiter when they're
necessarily
in
need
college
a
or
degree for
university.
it, do you? You don't really you
Yeah,
don't need qualifications. However, when I did my psychology degree, there was a lot of people who were going off to do HR and recruitment
yeah,
because
yeah.
it
And
is
I
a
just think it depends.
psychology kind of based
It
subject, isn't
is. Yeah,
it?
because you're dealing with people's
Yeah.
lives, and you're dealing with, especially if you're on the HR side of things, you're dealing with people's everyday work, their grievances, their, relationship with their managers, if they're having performance declining and stuff like that. And you can't just look at them and think they're a bad egg. You've really got to get down into like what is happening. And furthermore, how can we support you into this, which I think a lot of companies could do better.
Mhm.
Um, and rather than seeing employees as, okay, they've left, let's get a new one, let's get a new one. That it's not turntables. I think you really need to look into how can we generally support them, how can we make them happy, what do we do when things don't go right. So for anyone wanting to go into HR recruitment, ironically, even though I'm an introvert, being a people person, you have to have that level of, it's not all like, oh, I'm going to interview and make an offer. No, I have had abuse throughout the years from some horrid candidates
Oh,
who
really?
feel they can just say whatever they want to you, especially as a woman in this space as well. It has been awful. So you need a backbone, you need to be a people person, and you need to do it your own way. Yes, there'll be rules, but you kind of need to be innovative and think beyond like how you're going to attract the candidates. And then once they're in, what does their journey look like? How do you check in on them? How do you build relationships with the stakeholders? Start learning a bit more about HR, because you can transition into that career as well, and keep a very close relationship with everyone in HR, because you're working hand in hand. Once you finish that offer, they'll do the contract, and you want to make sure it's signed, that nothing's missing. And yeah, but I think, Joy, it is a great role to have. It's versatile. You're not doing the same stuff
Yes,
every
you're
day.
out and about, you're going to meetings and things, aren't you? Or taking
If you're
people
on
out
the
for
agency
lunch,
side, yeah, you'll
take
go to
clients
meetings
out.
and stuff. Yeah, and in-house you'll get to do more internal projects.
Yeah.
So I've been allowed to do the training and development and the community side of things. And yeah, and I think you definitely need a path for yourself. So if you really want to succeed in recruitment, really dive into the space that you're recruiting for. So for instance, I'm in the tech one, so diving
Oh, so
into
you are in tech, right?
cloud. Yeah, so cloud and AI, of course,
Yeah,
the
it's
different
interesting
types of
then.
AI.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I just think you just and work for a company or industry that you're passionate about.
Mm.
I've worked with, you need to be passionate about something in that role. I can never work for a company that I couldn't sell,
Mm.
because I would almost feel guilty for that person joining.
Yeah. So you have to like your clients. Same then. But it's almost like you're working on your own from home. It might as well be your own business, earning loads of money, getting all the commission.
Yeah,
Rather
exactly.
than
I have said that
from
to my
home.
manager. I was like, I think my team needs commission, because we're in-house, we're finding the candidates, we're building the relationships. I
Yeah.
don't get how we don't get a bonus or anything like that. But you'll go to an agency, and as you said, it will be minimum 20,000 depending on the salary. And 9 times out of 10, they'll probably show the same candidates that you've had, because you're all going on the
Yeah.
same space. You're all using LinkedIn and stuff like that. And yeah, but if you're just focused on money and you want to stack that cash for like the next 3 to 5 years and then get out, go to agency recruitment, business development manager, go in, make the commission, and then put it
And I
towards
think he
something
was
that you're
getting like programmers from India and Romania and places like that.
happy.
Um, yeah. So I mean, it's quite a geeky industry, isn't it? That,
Yeah,
but that's it's kind of high. It's a bit like finance. It's like,
yeah.
you know, high sale value or whatever. Um, so what about else about recruitment? Any little secrets or little stories
Yeah.
or anything?
I would say, um, any sort of secrets in the market industry, do your research within the next role you want to go into. You would need minimum 2 to 3 different CVs, because not every role is the same. Everyone will apply for. So if you're transitioning into a role, so as recruitment, I can transition into probably 3 other different fields minimum. I can go into sales, I can go into consultancy, I can go into agency recruitment, stuff like that. And every company, you're not going to use the same CV. That's almost crazy. You want to adapt the CV to the different areas that you're going to apply to. So when, as myself as a recruiter, I don't spend 10 minutes reading the CV, and I know that's going to kill some candidates probably hearing this. We look for keywords, we look for stuff that stands out, because I'll be screening probably minimum 200 CVs a week. I don't have time to put 10 minutes into every single application. So you want to make it really strong, really clean. If you're sharing data, that's fantastic. Don't rely on AI too much. We can really tell
Does
when
the
something
AI
is
sort them all the CVs and look at the key? Yeah, look at the
yeah,
keywords for the ad. So that's the trick, isn't it? Looking at the ad, placing it into your CV so that it picks it up, so the correlation
Yeah.
is there.
And then once AI does that, proofread it and actually put your own words in there, because we can pick up when something's done via AI. That's
Okay.
another thing. Interviews are done over camera most of the time. I'd say now it's very rare we do face to face, unless you meet the senior stakeholders. Don't rely on AI. I can tell when you are looking at a different screen, talking to me,
I'm
and
reading it.
yeah, and a lot.
Great.
I think candidates feel like they get away with it because maybe there's a transcriber or something going on. You know your experience. And if you
Yeah.
don't have the experience for the role, that's okay. And it's probably better for you, because then you can go into a field that better suits your
And
strengths.
be molded from
Yeah,
the start.
exactly. But if
Yeah.
you're giving us sort of lies or trying to give us an answer you think we want to hear, when you start the role, you're going to struggle.
And
And
people
it's
buy people, don't they, really? It's
yeah.
really about how much, what percentage would you say is likability?
I
I know
would
all these
say
degrees that everyone's doing.
once
You
it
know, you
leaves
spend
me,
years doing a degree and then get the CV wrong.
yeah, I would say likability wise, might be wrong, but I'm thinking on my own, probably 50-60% once it leaves me and goes to stakeholders. But this is what
Right.
recruiters also do. We step into biases. And that's something I'll lead on as well, is make sure that no stakeholders is being biased or trying to recruit someone that looks like them, or
Or the
doesn't.
percentage, yeah,
Yeah.
mix in the
Yeah.
company. And they're like, well, we need to hire this, and this to make it even.
Yeah. And then I'd
It's
also say as
unethical.
well, like, ask the hard questions.
Hmm.
I've had people ask me, what's the percentage of people of color that you have in your industry? What's the percentage of people, of women, of senior women in your role? It puts me on the spot, but it allows me to answer questions, because then it allows you to see what you're stepping into, what actions we're doing to be more diverse and push for that, and what we're doing for women in tech, what we're like, just how we're standing out, and the actions that we're actually taking to almost celebrate the diversity that we have in the company. So I say, don't be shy to ask ask questions that you actually want to know. Don't ask questions that you think will just impress us, because there's no questions that will really be like, wow, that's fantastic. It's like, as much as I say to every candidate, as much as I'm interviewing you, you're interviewing us.
Hmm.
So ask the right questions so you can walk
Yeah.
away and you know exactly what it is that you've just interviewed for, and the sort of insight there.
Hmm. And the pay gap, do you ask questions about that? I mean, do they disclose, what they offer to different, obviously, there's a variability between, is it like a fixed price or do they like
Yeah.
change it
So
provided?
what each area will have, on the internal side, you will start with the budget of the year, and then you will work with that budget. So let's say the manager will have, let's say, 300,000 for the year, and that's including like retention and stuff like that. He knows that for a senior, I'll do the market research, see what's out there, connect it to the budget that they have, and then we'll have a frame. So let's say for a senior role, it can go between 75 to 100,000. And then I'll say to them, are you open to a mid-level, or do you want a senior or super senior? Like, where are we at on this bracket? And then if I'm having conversations and interviews with candidates and I'm seeing a pattern where, oh, actually the market's shifting and they're getting more, or the salary's dropped, then we'll work it out through that. But it's not in a way of trying to get cheap candidates. We do have to take care of our budget, but we also want to get the person that is going to be worth the salary coming in as well. And then on the retention side, managers need to realize you're wasting money if you keep thinking that you can just get rid of people, not pass their probation, because once we get someone new in, you're wasting more money than you are actually developing this person, and supporting their probation period.
But do they try and offer lower than the job's actually worth? Like,
Not
so
really.
they're
Like,
allowed to offer to this, but they try and chance it and put a lower offer
no.
in.
So I would say
No.
they're really trusting in me and my team, and the market research that we get. Let's say an architect, for instance, they're incredibly popular. They'll go probably now anywhere between, let's say mid to senior, anywhere between 75 to 125,000 pounds. Some of them is on bonuses. If we can, the manager will say, if we can get someone on that 100K, then that would be great. But if we have someone who has asked for more, let's have a conversation with them and see where they sit, why they've asked for that number. And If they've asked for too much, I will always email the candidate and say, look, this is our budget. You've got great experience. I can either keep you warm, or if you do have the capacity to, meet us in the middle, we can have a conversation. And I pretty much give them the power to decide that. And 9 times out of 10, they've put that there because they're like, oh, I've seen the market rate for this, that, the other. And then when they realize that that job isn't connected to the rate they put it on, then they're more understanding. So the conversation will always start and end with recruitment. And then when we go through the offer process, that's for me to consult the stakeholder on, right, if you want Derek, he's stepping in at this, I would offer between this and this, and let's see where we go. And then we move forward with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Gosh, so what about the AI kind of landscape? Is there a lot of new AI kind of startups business that you're
So
dealing
the
with?
way that my company work, we consult for clients, um, predominantly in the finance industry, some retail, and the insurance space as well. And clients are becoming a lot more confident in wanting to adapt AI into what they do. Now, I don't know exactly what they work on because that's all the geniuses that I hire to do that job. But there's so many things like obviously apart from ChatGPT, we have Azure AI, we have Open AI, we have Agentic AI. So many different levels of AI is coming out, and it's actually starting to trigger into the recruitment side of things. So LinkedIn has got an AI feature to help you source a bit better. We've got the transcribing of interviews, and once that's done, we've got Copilot that will then summarize the transcription of the interview. So I would just say, if you're going to move forward with AI, really understand what you want to gain from it. Do I personally think that we're training AI in the recruitment field to essentially do our job? Yes. Do I feel recruitment's going to be around for the next 10 years? I'm not quite sure. I think it will definitely change into something else. So this is a time for people to start adapting, or upskilling themselves in different areas, because I'm recruiting for job roles that wasn't even here 3 years ago. We're now getting AI squads in. We're getting like co-pilot specialists or anyone that we need. And it's just, yeah, you need to move forward with the times if you're going to be in this space.
Mm-hmm. But the actual growth of AI startups and new companies, as in like new
Yeah,
clients, AI clients, businesses, that's growing as well, is it? Or are
yeah,
you
yeah.
actively doing new business and
Yeah,
recruiting?
I definitely say you see a lot more on the market. Once again, I don't work with new clients
Oh,
per
right, you
se.
don't.
So once again, where I'm internal, I'll just recruit for our business.
Yeah,
But when you're on LinkedIn and just scrolling through, you'll see, yeah,
yeah.
you'll see so many pop up, so many hiring, and people are really wanting to get into that space. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's going to be popular for the next few years, that's for sure. So anyone who wants to dive into it now, startup wise, I'll say you'll pretty much want to do it sooner rather than later.
Mhm. So how did you start out then when you very first kind of entered the market? Didn't you have a sales job to start with? Where did you start?
Yeah, so I started, so from my transition from retail to account management for a
Yeah,
creative company, that was my first wave of redundancy. I call myself the redundancy queen because it gets to the point that I'm no longer even scared of being let go, because I've been there probably 2, 3 times now. And then when with my first redundancy, which was very new to me and I was very scared, I applied for a admin role within recruitment within Harrods because I just needed to get somewhere, needed to get some sort of work. Um, and then I actually dropped salary. So it was a tactful
practical.
tactical, there we go. It was a tactical move on my side where I dropped the salary,
Mm.
joined the company, learn the logistics of it and everything. It was very high volume. So the people that I'd be working for would be like doing at least 10 to 20 offers a week. It was very much turnover with all the sales
All
roles.
within Harrods.
Yeah, especially when it's Chris. So I would
There's a
predominantly
lot.
focus
How
on
many
summer
people work there? Absolutely tons.
thousands. thousands
I
work in
haven't been there
Harrods,
for
and
a
especially
very
when it's
long
summer and
time.
winter sale, you get a lot of temps come in, and that would be my
Yeah.
focus, like getting all the temps in. And the interviews there, all of it was face to face back then, so there's a lot of planning, a lot of aligning, a lot of conversations. We brought in video interviews back then as well, just to help with the workload. But then after 3 months, because I backed in what I could bring the company, um, I got a pay rise and I got a
Oh,
promotion. So I
nice.
already filled that what I lost within 3 months.
Mhm. Oh,
And then after that, I took on secondments. That's where my training background comes in. So created took over a secondment from Harrods, but then added my own version of it, which basically means I got people who were on the shop floor who was interested in recruitment and HR. They would come and work or do sort of a apprenticeship style thing with us for around 6 weeks. And I would plan every week, so they'd get CV reviews, what they'd look into, how they'd interview candidates. Quite a few of them actually went on to get roles in recruitment, which is very cool. And that's how I stepped in. And then not long after that, after a year, I got promoted into a permanent recruiter, as in focusing on permanent hires, not the temp side. And then got made redundant from Harrods, but because I had that permanent experience, I
hmm
managed to roll into all the other jobs that I had after that.
hmm And what companies did you work for? You say
I've
which ones
worked
they were.
for,
And you name.
of course, Harrods. Actually, my first luxury retail job was Harrods when I was much younger, so it's quite nice going back into head office.
Oh, right.
And then I went into HelloFresh for a little while. Once again, another tactical move. Got made redundant. Peak of COVID, job market wasn't really that great.
They're laying everyone off. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote to HelloFresh and said to them, I know you're going to think I'm too senior. Have a conversation with me because I think we can both win with what I might say.
Yeah.
Convince them to hire me and said, you'll get a more senior person for a junior role, but I can transition your interview processes and all of that. I'm fine with the salary. And I got the role there. And then I actually got a promotion during my time after I was meant to be a 6-month FTC. After 5 months, got promoted as a manager to that space. And then it was a lot of travel. I was going to Nuneaton and Banbury. So I thought, do you know what? I want to go into a startup. I miss the startup area. Went
So
and
you were
worked for a
living in
couple.
London at that stage or not? Did you come and
Yeah.
live in London yet?
Yeah, I was living
Right,
in
okay.
London then.
Yeah.
And then transitioned into a couple of startup companies. One of them, Zap, when all of the
Oh, right.
delivery, well,
Yeah.
we had, who do we have? We had Zap, we had Gorilla, and all
Oh,
of
I
those
remember
companies
Gorilla.
out. I was working for them. And then transitioned in the company that I am now. And this
Which is what?
was a mid-size. So this is a tech consultancy company. Was called Ascent. It's now going to be called Acuity Analytics because we have been acquired by a
Mhm.
much bigger company, and it will be interesting to see what the future holds there.
And that head office is in London, is it as well?
Yeah, they have a
Always in
small
London.
office in
Yeah.
London. This is still quite new. They may end up looking for a bigger space. Now they have a lot, but they're more. So the when I joined Ascent, it was more mid-sized. We had European offices, and now we're a much bigger global company. They're in India, America, Europe. They're spread everywhere.
Mhm.
They're really, really big in the game, and yeah, and they've taken us on because of the work within data and AI that our amazing experts do.
And how long have you been there?
Just over 3 years now.
Gosh. So, and
Yeah.
working from home for how long? For most of that, or?
All of it. Yeah. So we do have the offices, and I will go in during like social events because I think that's
Mhm.
quite nice.
Mhm.
But I'm the only one in the UK out of my whole team. All the rest of the team are in Malta,
Really?
Bulgaria, Portugal. So it's not like I can go in the office and then I'll have collaboration there or I'd have a team member. I can go and see the stakeholders, but they're equally just as busy with everything that they're doing. And yeah, so it is pretty much 95% home on my side of
And it's
things.
just lots of Zoom calls, or?
Yeah, it'll be a lot of Microsoft Teams calls
Mhm.
on my half, and then once it goes to the stakeholders, we'll try and get them in the office because we always think it's nice that you actually get to meet your team. Depending on the role, there'll be times where I'll also go in the office because the stakeholders also like me there,
Mhm.
which is really nice. But yeah, once again, with the smaller office we have at the moment, I don't think we'll be able to do face to face probably for the next couple of months till they find a much larger space to fit the new
Mhm.
people in.
Mhm. So when you do a coaching business, are you going to actually build a business of people, or are you going to work alone, do you think?
I think more solo.
Yeah,
Um, I definitely have a vision of having a community. I guess it might be inevitable that you might need to employ people, whether it's for social media or accountant or anything like that. But right now, it will be solo, community focused, and just learning from others. I think that's the exciting part when you, like, as you know, when you first start a business, you get to learn from the community around you and
yeah,
the connection side of things. So that's something that I didn't get when I first launched my business because it was COVID and we was in lockdown. So it's nice that I can now get out and meet people, even if they're in a similar field. I just think it's just really nice that you have that connection. And I was at a networking event last night as well.
oh,
And it was amazing being around so many incredible women who are in the wellness space, but none of them did the same thing. But they could still support each other and recommend each other's services. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that I'd like to do more of, like community work.
that's a good way to get clients, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm at the stage now. I'm just like I'm gonna start looking for clients, but I was going to look online. But actually, the traditional way of meeting people through networking is actually a good idea still, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And you might meet someone who would refer you because they don't do what you do, and then you'd refer them because they fill a gap that you won't be able to do.
Yeah.
Um, and yes, I think networking and online, is still such a strong tool to use, and it helps you find the people that you want to coach, and that are drawn into the work that you do.
Yeah, so I said entrepreneurial women as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I have to get myself out networking.
I think because there was a coach yesterday who does business coaching. She
Oh,
works for bigger clients and entrepreneurs. And
what was that? Where was
when
that?
so
Last
this was in St Albans. What
Mhm.
what area? Where are you based?
Southeast London,
Southeast.
Brockley. So I'm quite
Oh,
central, near
okay,
London
okay.
Bridge, near Greenwich.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I know that area quite
Yeah.
well. So
So
you can go to like,
the London Marathon will start literally at Blackheath, just up the road.
oh, you'll have to wave at
We're
me, then
like
we'll
10
meet up
minutes
run.
away.
And yeah, and this event, it was up my way. And then once she explained what she does, a few girls, and with this networking event, you break and then you actually talk to each other. You go and talk to the women that you're more drawn to once they've done their introductions, because you're not going to want to talk to, you want to talk to everyone, but you're not going to be as interested as someone else. And she had quite a few people go towards her because they were quite new in their business. And she just explained what she does. And the networking isn't to steal people or to make sales, but it's just to, if you find someone that interesting,
Mhm.
um, then do it. There was also a baker there. And one girl was like, "Oh, I want to do something for International Women's Day. I was looking for cakes, but I want it quite specific." And she had her book, and she did the design that she was looking for. And she was like, "Oh, this is amazing!" So they made that connection, and yeah, it was really, really just insightful. Really, getting back into that.
Yeah, so I
There
was
were
thinking of
loads in
doing some
London.
traditional business cards or some leaflets or something. Because I mean,
They had, yeah,
what did you do? You just kind of handed a QR code or something and said,
yeah, you can, whatever is best for you. So I didn't
or
have
just did
anything
you didn't?
because I just wanted to go in and just see what it was
Yeah.
about. But people, I just pulled up my Instagram and said, "Oh, like, put your thing on there and make sure that I follow you." And then they followed me back. Others had
Yeah.
leaflets because they had an actual product that they wanted. One had a whole workbook. Others had business cards. So it's very much how you want to
Goodie
represent
bags.
yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, some merch. Some merch done.
Yeah, who doesn't love a bit of merchandise?
So your cake sale tomorrow, you can take something with you.
Well, yeah, I think
Spread the word.
once my boyfriend's mum finishes, I said, look, she can take them home to the boys. And my boyfriend was already like, I'm going to stop at mum's on tomorrow because if there's any cakes, and because I haven't saved them any, I went, I want to see if they can all sell. There's no price per cake, because I think psychologically, if you're like donate and have something to eat, you'll donate more. So there's no money
Yeah, they probably
boxes, all
will.
QR, yeah. And but yeah, they do love my cookies. And
Nice.
I said to him, "You're gonna have to see if there's any left, and you'll have to pop to your mum's to get some." But they know I'll make them for Christmas,
Yeah, so
so
that's
it'll
like a
be fine.
recruitment thing as well, isn't it? When you get a job, John used to send a big thing of, if they got the job to the office, a big thing of cookies or, chocolate brownies or something.
Oh, I love that. We do merch, so
Do you?
socks, pens, notepads.
Right.
If someone's got a job with us, I've had candidates buy me stuff before, which is really sweet. So I've had flowers and chocolates, and books and stuff like that, which is incredibly sweet. Very rare nowadays. They don't really
Oh, is it?
um, do that anymore. But
Because
yeah,
it'd
I
be
do
home
need to look
delivery,
at stuff
wouldn't
on
it?
my
You wouldn't
phone.
give out your home address, would you, really?
No, no. So yeah,
No.
exactly. It'd always be in the office. So once I was there, it
Yeah.
would always be on my desk. And yeah, I definitely will not give out my address.
No. So you've had the week off this week,
Yes.
doing lots of running.
No, do you know what? I've actually not got out running yet. So tonight I'm driving to London because my
Yeah.
sister wants to do. She joins F45 and she's mad about it. And she's actually done really, really well with them. And because I took her to Pilates, she was like, "You have to do F45 with me." So I'm like, "Okay." So I'm driving
What's
there tonight.
F45?
It's like calisthenics training.
All right.
They're really popular in London. They had one up here, but they closed down.
Hmm.
And it's like a group workout session,
Okay.
so small group personal training, I guess. So I'll be doing that with her 6 a.m. tomorrow, and then I'll be driving back.
Hmm.
And I'm looking to get a run in Sunday and hopefully Saturday. But as you know, because we're doing celebrations this weekend, I was like, can I just have this time to just
Yeah,
run
just
out and just do
good to rest
something?
the body anyway, isn't it, a bit?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's been manic yesterday and today, and hopefully from tomorrow it just calms down a bit.
Hmm.
Because when you're on holiday, you want to reach out, and I want to dive into the course and other things like that. So it's just
Yeah, there's so
prioritizing the
much.
time.
Yeah, put it on speed. I put it on
Yeah,
1.5. I
yeah,
was listening at the normal rate for ages. I realised you can speed it up. So yeah, it's much better if you put it on 1.5.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the hypnotherapy at the moment, the CRT and all that kind of stuff.
Very good.
Oh,
How are you finding that?
yeah. No, it's good. I tried it out actually today at lunchtime on someone that worked. That was quite good.
Good.
Like
Yeah, you'll have
hidden
to.
commands in sentences.
That's so. I find
So
that
you
so
say, would you
fascinating.
like? And then you put the command like tidy your room
Oh,
or, you know, stack up all your papers in your office.
yeah.
Do your filing, but hide it within a sentence either side, and it speaks to the subconscious.
Oh,
Yeah, it's interesting.
yeah. You'd have to show me
Oh,
your other availability so I can get booked in if you still need more people because I do generally find
yeah,
that really interesting.
I'm doing one
Um,
on Friday, and then I
yeah,
do one more recording. Then I've done my certificates. But
that's
I'll
so
carry
good.
on, yeah, learning and practicing and stuff, and then I'm trying to get some clients.
Yeah, you will get clients.
Yeah, I haven't seen you online.
No,
You
no,
just
I
start
haven't.
doing it. The live
Yeah,
sessions
because
in
I
the
saw
evenings.
your message pop up, and then Monday when that was my last day of work before I went on holiday.
All right,
So
okay.
everything, I think stakeholders wait for you to go on holiday, and then they go, "Oh, here's all the fires that we've kept from you," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
this is lovely." But once I joined, because now it's Christmas period, I've got two
yeah,
weeks off over Christmas as well, and it's hopefully this continues. It's a lot quieter on my side of things. So if that continues, then it'll be good. I'll utilize these next 4 or 5 weeks to the max capacity.
yes. Try and get started with it.
Yeah.
Um, Great. Well, have a lovely rest of the day
Thank you. And
and
you.
happy baking and hope you have a good event tomorrow.
Yes. Fingers crossed. I'll be sharing it on my socials on how much was
Yeah,
made. So hopefully any little helps. It,
yeah.
yeah. So
I've got all your details to collaborate with, haven't I? So, do you want to say what your Instagram handle is or your website or whatever, if you've done it?
yeah. Yeah,
And
no
then,
website yet. So my Instagram handle is mindset makeover underscroll with SJ. I'm actually looking at my screen now to make sure I've done that correctly because I've had two underscrolls in the past and I think I changed it. Yeah, that's correct. Mindset makeover underscroll with SJ. And yeah, just on there, it's just informative and mindset topics at the moment, and it will grow from there. I'll open up a newsletter list soon. So anyone who's interested in this course, which will focus on supporting you in the new year, since it is the season,
nice.
but
Yeah,
supporting you not to be overwhelmed and not to fall into that trap of I have to be new by 2026, then this
yeah,
is going to be the workshop or course for them, and all the money will go to Refuge. So good cause, and they level up.
yeah. You should put all your cakes and things on Instagram as well.
Yeah, yeah, I put it on my personal
And your
one, and I've
event.
actually put some in my stories on the baking side of things.
And get a
Uh,
stick when you're running. That'd be good content, actually.
yeah,
You get a stick, put your phone on, and then run along.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did have a lot of that on my personal page again. Like
Okay.
people would be like, "Oh, you're out again." I'm like, "Yeah." So yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
shy.
put it
They'll
on
see me
that
in my
page too,
heatless
because you're
curly.
meant to mix it up, aren't you, a bit?
Yeah, like and you'll see on my Instagram if you've not seen my stories yet, my heatless curlers, which I'm obsessed with. I go out
I
running in
haven't
them.
seen it. I'll have a
I'm
look.
not shy to run, especially when I'm like, I want my hair, I need my hair to be done for work. So I'll run out like that, look like a lunatic, come home, blow dry it, and then take the curls out.
Well, that was brilliant.
Good. Yeah, I
Thanks
really
very much.
enjoyed that. But I'll send you a message and
And
then
I'll
we'll
send
get
you a
booked
link
in
for that one.
CRT.
All right. Take
Right,
care.
thank you.
Thanks a
Bye.
lot. Bye.